Hi, today I wanted to discuss something that I've been noticing a little bit more frequently and how it could cause problems for you as a buyer. What I'm specifically referring to today is on the Arizona pre-qualification form, there is a slot where it says maximum interest rate. And what I'm noticing is many lenders are typing in the words market rate. Well, let me tell you what's happening. When they type in market rate, they basically are no longer protecting you as the buyer. They are protecting themselves as the lender. And the form was designed with the idea of protecting the buyer, protecting you, so that you know what the maximum rate is that you would qualify at, so that if rates go above that, you may no longer qualify for that given purchase price, or that given loan amount, I should say. So it's really, really important that you're working with someone that's willing to put a rate in there and be transparent enough with you so that you fully understand what it is that you're doing. By a lender typing in market rate, it could potentially cause you a problem down the road when you're getting ready to go under contract. Because let's say, for example, at the time you're getting qualified, rates are at 6.5%. And instead of the lender writing 6.5% there, they put market rate. Well, now fast forward a month or so, you're under contract and you're getting processed. You haven't locked in your rate yet, but all of a sudden rates shoot up to 7%. Well, now all of a sudden they shoot up to 7%. You may no longer qualify, but the lender is not going to be able to say you don't qualify because the rate went up too high, because they basically said at the time that they gave you that pre-qual that you would qualify no matter what the market rate was. And the market rate happens to be 7%, that's what you'd be dealing with. So at that point in time, if you're under contract and again, you haven't locked in yet, now all of a sudden you run the risk of losing your earnest money because you no longer have a valid reason for getting out of the contract, because you can't say, well, I don't qualify any longer because the rate is too high. That's one of the main reasons why you really want to make sure there's an actual rate there. Now, I've brought this up in the past as well with regards to what that rate means on the pre-qualification form. And really what it is, it's a lender's best estimate at the time. They're just kind of giving you an idea, like if you locked in today, this is kind of what you'd be looking at. And what I do is if we are seeing rather rates kind of going up, there's a little bit of pressure on rates, then what we will do is sometimes pad that rate ever so slightly to give you a little bit of flexibility. And if I've qualified you at 6.5 or 6.625, and now the rate at the time you find a property is at 6.3, well, you're not going to have any problems. And that's really what you ideally want to have, is you want to have a pre-qualification form that shows a higher rate, maybe, but when the time comes and you're actually able to lock in, you can get a lower rate. Because while we are not locking you in at the time of pre-qualification, when you do get under contract, we're going to do our very best to get you the lowest rate possible, lowest cost possible. So we're always looking out for you in that sense. So don't feel just because that rate may feel a little bit higher that it's potentially a red flag. In fact, it's quite the opposite. They're actually protecting you a little bit more so than the person who just puts market rate. So bottom line here is work with a lender that is willing to put an actual rate on there, not just simply type in market rate. And I really hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please do me a favor, subscribe to our page here. If you have any questions regarding getting qualified, regarding more questions even around this, feel free to reach out. You can call us, text us anytime. We're always here to answer your questions. More than willing to set up an appointment with you and just find out about your situation and see how we can help you. All right, listen, you have a great day. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.